Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces July 20th, 2022. Venus has just begun its transit of your sector of happiness and pleasure, and will be inspiring you to discover your joy until August 11th. Your natural charm shines through, and matters related to love, entertainment, leisure, creativity, and children are in favor. It's one of the better Venus transits and is a fun, appealing cycle overall. Games, hobbies, or romance can bring much pleasure and satisfaction. You're a little more liberal with your affections, as well. Right now, you might want to avoid situations where people are trying to one-up you or attempting to get the upper hand, since there can be a lot of this today and tomorrow. Friendships can be a touchy area. While you like to live life as if it were a fantasy, this isn't always the case. This could never be truer than it is today. As mental Mercury propels through the deep like a submarine in your solar 5th house of romance and passion, he will spot a nefarious enemy tank beneath the seas of your solar 11th house of friendships. This means that a major conflict could erupt like torpedoes of vengeance as your lover and friends admit that they're not aligned. This could make you feel like you have to choose between your partner and your pals, which is not the place you'd like to be. Who will help you as your passion project changes? Your greater professional community is able to assist when you accept or reach out for help. There may be an opportunity to do so as Mercury in Cancer opposes Pluto retrograde in Capricorn today. As your vision changes, so do your need for support, approval, or validation. But you cannot assume that others will readily know this, so you may need to talk to your work friends about the potential changes in the execution of your project. And if a friend offers a helping hand, then accept it. Whether you like it or not, today is a day for teaching and mentoring. It seems you have important knowledge about certain skills that is much in demand right now. Others look to you not only for information, but for advice and support as well. You may not realize it, but you are a real role model, and others look up to you. You have to face up to an inner test of strength, constantly pressured by other people's problems. They might even hurt your feelings or wind you up. Take a constructive approach to this difficult situation by seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen your own position and to emerge from the argument with greater self-confidence. You're starting to feel as if you want a new fitness routine. For a while, you were being finicky about working out, but lately, you've decided that you just haven't found the right activity yet. Tennis? Yoga? You have every right to simply have fun with others, but with this attitude you rarely experience the feeling of true love. Being a great heartbreaker limits your experiences, not allowing anyone to break through the barrier you place around yourself. You feel sad and lonely and wonder what it is you're missing. Tune into the aggressive energy of the day, and use it to push forward with your intentions. There is a great deal of emotional intensity that will bring you to your knees if you are not careful. The secret is to harness this energy and use it to your advantage. Try not to get caught between the crossfire of conflict that is likely to ensue. Tap into the slow-moving, generous force that is helping you to ground your thoughts and your emotions. You may feel like you want to try it all on this day. The energy from this vibration can give you a bold new outlook, and a willingness to do just about anything. Just take care. You possess an adventurous spirit as it is, and with this added influence, you may take risks that are dangerous or apt to bring serious consequences. Go out and enjoy everything you can experience, but think first. Be sure the fun is worth the risk. Mercury has chosen his timing well, returning to begin the first planetary activity on the job front for the year in the heart of the working week, but also while the moon just happens to be in your income sector. 3 days before the sun is due to return to your work sector and to turn the solar spotlight onto your work situation and job matters, Mercury returns with the resources needed to work smarter, get your head in the game, ideas on the table, and the communication lines open. Thanks to the moon, as new doors open on the job front, it is with a sense of where the money is from the start. With Mercury leaving your romantic sector today and both the Sun and the dwarf planet Ceres over the weekend, all the planets here at the start of the week will be gone by the end of the week. Fortunately, Venus returned 2 days ago will see the planet of love stay on, while Mercury leaves you better able to keep heart and mind on the same page while giving both a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Loving Venus just moved into caring Cancer, so you're probably bending over backward to make sure everyone around you feels safe and comfortable. This is all fine as long as you're taking some much-needed time out for yourself. Putting yourself first during this compassionate transit is an often overlooked but necessary task to avoid emotional burnout. Communicative Mercury is also paired with sensitive Cancer during its moody opposition to dark Pluto today, stirring up all kinds of suspicion and manipulative tendencies. It's so easy to get your feelings hurt and hurt other people's feelings now, so be very careful about how you respond and what you say. When you sense any type of betrayal, your first instinct is to get revenge, but fighting negativity with more negativity during this touchy aspect usually backfires. Fortunately, any tension from the day will all seem like water under the bridge tonight when the moon changes signs into compassionate Pisces while forming a conjunction to benevolent Jupiter. This vibe is perfect for making amends, so if you did butt heads with someone earlier, now would be the time to smooth things over. Be sure to pamper yourself a bit before bed in order to fully de-stress after a rather hectic day. Just after midnight, Mercury in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn, inspiring arguments. This is an aspect of contention. Paranoid thoughts, suspicious behavior, or intimidation tactics are par for the course. Others' polarizing opinions act as catalysts that change the way we think or speak. Fundamental ideas about our history or identity may be challenged now, threatening something seemingly essential to our core personhood. Time and distance are required to see if this is an accurate assessment or a knee-jerk conclusion that we have leaped to out of fear. If we are involved in a conflict, we are apt to bury our emotions and stew, exploding when we finally hit our breaking point. Following this connection, the moon begins its void of course. The best way to get what we desire is to keep our eyes on our own paper and refuse to feed the green-eyed monster. Over the next 2 days, we are content to put our heads down and make steady, deliberate progress towards our goals. On an emotional level, a fixation with optical victory can have us behaving somewhat serious and sober. We might come off as cold to others, however, it is not that we are unfeeling now. We simply understand the work required to achieve our ambitions and are undaunted by distractions. Remember that there are ways to plod conscientiously toward success without making life into one endless chore. Shortly following this, the moon squares off with Jupiter in Aries, making us prone to excess. Today, we are interested in forming the social connections that will enable us to accomplish our desired agenda. Following this, Mercury conjuncts asteroid Ceres, fueling the tensions of the early morning's Mercury-Pluto opposition. Currently, we are speaking up for our needs, or advocating for the needs of others. But in many ways, we are too close to the action, too invested to look at situations objectively. We can therefore demand that others respect our needs while failing to reciprocate unless their priorities are aligned with our own. Avoid making false promises to manipulate situations in your favor.